At the 9th 43Trelawney Legacy Project that takes place in Swaziland from the 23rd to the 24th this youth month to keep alive the memory of Kwa-Magogo and the role played by Swaziland in South Africa's fight for freedom. We're joined in studio this morning by Bobo Maseko, who will be representing children of the struggle at this year's event. Now, to tell you a little bit about her, she is the daughter of Nkosinathi Maseko, the mastermind in the Pretoria church street bomb blast of 1983, and was subsequently ambushed in Pretoria East by the biggest contingent of the SA military and police in the history of the struggle in 1984. She is accompanied by Elias Masilela from number 43Trelawney Park, Kwa-Magogo. Good to have both of you in studio. Welcome to Morning Live.
Morning.
Yeah. I mean, Elias, I know this has been a long journey for you and we've seen quite a bit of each other, but it's just amazing how it gets stronger and stronger and how you keep finding people who had done the journey with you along the way. Talk to us about this.
Yes, Leon, and I think what makes it easy is because we're telling true stories of people who exist.
Yeah.
We are not trying to develop fiction, and all that we're doing is recreating our history so that our children can appreciate it, embrace it, and use it for their future.
Yeah.
And this year's theme is actually quite pertinent when it comes to that. And this year's theme is celebrating youth as agents of change.
Yeah.
And I think the challenges that we're faced with in South Africa today are going to be inherited by this youth, and they need to be ready to turn the economy around.
Just remind viewers, because I'm sure, I'm taking it for granted that all the youth, and everybody watching the program right now knows exactly what Magogism and the Legacy Project actually is. Just give us a bit of a background.
Magogism is a phrase that was coined by the family. It is the spirit of giving and sharing selflessly. And this is a lesson which was trickled down to us from our parents, who taught us to share every little thing that we have. In Zulu, umagogo, our mother used to say, "Abantwana bomuntu bahleplelana inhloko yentethe." You may not understand what it means, but directly translated, it means children of the same family, even if things are tough, they can go to the extent of sharing a head of a locust as food.
Yeah. That's an amazing, I love that. I absolutely love that. Bobo, let's bring you into the conversation now. Tell us about the Maseko family. I know that Elias showed me a little bit of a photograph of you, 4 months old. He's holding you outside the house. So there's a rich history there. But tell us about the Maseko family.
Leon, the Maseko family is a Christian family. And I would like to say, growing up in the Maseko family, it hasn't been easy growing up without a father. Because, I strongly believe and feel that had my father been there, I would have made much better decisions, or I would have been a better person than what I am today. And they are a strong Christian family. Now,
you obviously are trying to carry on the legacy of your dad and trying to, as a family, live out his dream. You're going to be giving a talk at the 43 Legacy Public Lecture.
Yes.
What are you going to be touching on?
Unfortunately, I will be talking about my painful upbringing without a father. And at the same time, it will be a tribute to my father. So
you'll be touching on a lot of issues and talking about, I imagine, somebody who's hurt by the past, but has it been worth it? Can you look and say, look, I understand the sacrifice he made, but here I am to carry on?
Yeah, Leon, I guess I appreciate the sacrifice not only made by my father, but I appreciate the sacrifice being made by the MK cadres.
Yeah.
And
it's tough. It's a very tough thing to talk about. Elias, the memories and the events that happened in Swaziland and the people that you met along the journey. The hurt is still there.
There's quite a few things that we can talk about. Yes, true, the hurt is there. But I think for the Masilela family, they have forgotten. They forgave everything that happened. But just to touch on the Pretoria Church Street bomb blast, this is the only operation which, when it was put out, the family cried when the people left.
Yeah.
For one simple reason. It was a suicide mission from the outset. We knew that the people were not going to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Secondly, a relative was involved, and indeed they perished.
Sure. I know it's a hard thing to comprehend, but I just, in the interest of time, I just want to wrap up the interview. But one of the years that you did this event, you actually read out a letter or a message from President Barack Obama, the U.S. President Barack Obama. What are your draw cards this year? I mean, that's a big act to follow, I imagine.
The interesting thing is that number 43 does not emphasize individuals or personalities. It emphasizes themes.
Yeah.
This year, for instance, we don't have what you would say a standout personality. We have the youth driving the messaging. And what is key here is for us to be able to work out whether the youth are ready to take over tomorrow when the time comes.
Yeah.
But what we also do is we try to mine what you would call unidentified diamonds.
Great.
Last year we had a young lady who was presenting music there.
Yeah.
Then she was known as Amanda Idols, and today she's called Amanda Black.
Look at that.
Right?
Yeah.
Few years back, we introduced a Swazi artist, Bolocha. He is now an international star.
Fantastic.
This year, the poem that you've been listening to is by a young artist from Soweto. She is going to be presenting her works at the number 43. What will come of her, we don't know.
Yeah.
She may be the next global idol.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So everybody is invited to go. It's happening in Swaziland, and you would like as many South Africans as possible to go, right?
Definitely. It's a celebration. Actually, for a lot of South Africans, it has become a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
We attract over 2,000 people, and this happens on the 23rd and 24th of June.
Fantastic. So you've got a 43Trelawney Legacy Project event taking place in Swaziland. It's happening next weekend. If you have the desire and the means to go, it's a wonderful way to learn about your history while tackling the issues of the day. So you can visit www.43trelawneypark.com/legacy for all of those details. Elias, thank you. Always great seeing you. Bobo, lovely to meet you. And enjoy the event. And thanks so much for coming into studio. Let's take a break. See you after this.